All right, everyone, right this way. Let's see the tour of the spruce goose right here. We're gonna see the hugest play in the whole world. I can't wait. Wait a minute, I'm reading something here. It says that Yogi Bear and his friends are in here too? Sis, I think you've been reading the wrong thing. Yeah, that never happened. Oh, wait. Yeah, it does say that. Wait a minute, hold on a minute. Huh, interesting. Well, I guess this calls for a review, doesn't it? Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Yakko Reviews. I am here with my sibs going on Boomerang Month. Happy Boomerang Month, everybody. It is the month of Boomerang, where we look into all our favorite classic cartoons as we go into the Boomerang Zone. This week was the Powers of Penelope Pitstop. And the votes are in. Thank you guys for voting in the comments below, in the community tab below on your Boomerang Month list. Right now we have Perils of Penelope Pitstop first, our first week. Second week is Rocky and Bullwinkle Month. And then Little Rascals is the third week. The fourth week, we don't know what that's going to be yet. We'll have to find out soon enough. But if you vote in the community tab right now, you can see who can be the last one to be in the week. But anyway, for now, we are reviewing Yogi Bear and the magical trip, A Flight of the Spruce Goose. We're decided to review this because the Red Baron is in this. Yeah, so this is a guy that looks like Dick Dastardly, but he's actually a ripoff of him with Mumbly instead of Muttley. Yeah, it's so weird. But anyway, yeah, it's close to being a Wacky Races movie, sort of, with him in it, so we're going to review this one just so. Yeah. And now let's get started. This one was actually one of the classic few Yogi Bear movies that was made. So it has Yogi Bear, it features Yogi Bear, Huckleberry Hound, Quitchaw McGraw, Snagglepuss, Augie Doggy, and Augie Daddy, and more. So it features all these great characters within here. Basically, all feature in here. Many of these movies were made in the 90s, so they were made for featuring episodes where they're crossed over with each other with Yogi Bear's gang. And then we go on different movies and adventures and stuff. So that's all I gotta say about this episode. This movie was aired a lot on Boomerang, for Boomerang Theater Month. Boomerang Theater. So you can see this movie a lot at times on there. The story basically goes as follows. Yogi Bear and his friends go on a tour of the Spruce Goose in their tour bus. It starts the movie off with them singing a song, and then they end up at the tour bus into the Spruce Goose. But unfortunately, Yogi Bear doesn't know how to read, and he gets them trapped in there with off limits in the plane. The plane accidentally goes off, and they're off on a great adventure. So while they're in there, they end up running into a few different things they wanted to help out with, like the animals, and many different things that happen. They run into the Red Baron, they run into some natives, and a lot more fun along the way. It's very loony, and mostly a lot of things happen along the way, let's just say. And, well, let's just say there's also an alien side plot where the aliens run into the plane a few times, but we don't need to worry about them all too much. And also, there's also this side plot where there's a magical dust that makes the plane go where it wants to go and helps Yogi Bear and his friends go to places. It's not really exactly explained what it is. Yeah, we're supposed to just accept them that the plane is magic? Yeah, apparently. As if it's the Polar Express or something. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of strange. I wish they explained more of the magic more in this. I mean, it could have been a fairy or something to explain everything. I mean, they could have thrown a new character, like Bernice. Yeah, so a new character comes in. It's a character named Bernice. She is a little girl who loves baseball, and, well, she's kind of tomboyish, but yet she has a strong, personality-wise. She kind of works up the characters really well. She's really cute. I wish she appeared more in the shows way more often. She was the only kid that kind of hanged out with the Yogi Bear gang, so I wish she appeared more. But she only appeared in this movie only one time, and that was it, I think. But anyway, the story starts with the story is pretty much the same. It's just a little lackluster. I wish the story was a little bit more less complex, like maybe less story driven, and more like just about a flight, and the Yogi Bear just runs into different like places along the way. I thought this was gonna be more what this thing is gonna be like, but it's more of a 40-hour show, a TV show or whatever. They could have done a TV show instead for this, but instead it's just lackluster into many different story plots. And also, the magic is not really explained very good. Not to say this story is not great or anything. It's just a little lackluster sometimes. It's hard to follow what happens. But for the most part, it's really good. But it's hard to believe how it's able to work into a story in a great way possible. But other than that, it's not too bad. You can easily follow right away, and it's a lot of fun watching ridiculous ways of how they do things. And honestly, it's not fun. It's not bad, the magic. All you have to do is clap your hands for it. So, even though it's not really explained, you can just accept it and move on. It's really just a loony little cartoon about the whole thing. The animation. The animation's not too bad, really, per se. There are some pretty visuals. I mean, it's Hanna-Barbera. What do you expect? They really don't do much for animation, but when they do, it's kind of great. I mean, they can do their great, and for the most part, this one has the best animation I've ever seen in a Hanna-Barbera cartoon. So, good on that for doing the animation on that, and really nice good on that. The characters. The characters are all very good, and they all have their time to shine. All of them are very funny, and all have their good times. Now, I can't say not one of them are stated they're welcome. So, I say they're all pretty good. Including the Red Baron, who got to shine a little bit. The only thing I could say about this movie is the natives. I mean, like, there was no reason for them to be in here. I mean, honestly, it's kind of cringeworthy to watch. Ugh. Moola Island. Ugh. Let's just say it's not the best thing to see from Hanna-Barbera. Yeah, cringe. Overall, the movie is, well, pretty good, I would say. Like, I would say an 8 out of 10. Not the best movie in the Hanna-Barbera universe, but close enough. Not quite what I expected as a movie about the spruce goose. I thought maybe it'd be better than this, like, it'd be more fun. Because I watched it over the years on Hanna-Barbera a few times, on Boomerang. I thought it'd be more fun to watch. Yeah, unfortunately, it didn't end up the way we thought it would be. So it just ended up being a lost cause for us. Yeah, I mean, Huckleberry Hound, the good and the bad Huckleberry Hound, is way better than this movie, I think. Just by standards. Storytelling, and a lot more exciting. It's just not really the best story. Yogi Bear, it's just kind of weak. Kind of. So with a weak story like this, it just doesn't really fall very well. But it works great with the characters and the visuals enough, so it definitely gives a solid rating. So, that's our first rating movie month for this week. Stay tuned for our next movies coming soon. We'll have to see what we decide on. It's Rocky and Bullwinkle week. What do you think we should decide on? We'll have to think about it. I'll have to let you guys know. Good night, everybody.